Here we are. It's October 28th. Oh wait, October 31 did it. November 4th. Okay. District Attorney Mike Harper. So I'm at Tops supermarket. I'm going to the store, supermarket. He calls me on my phone. He says, "Oh, I just wanted to let you know that we're not going to pursue allegations of child endangerment." And I was really relieved to hear that. I thanked him for that. But it was a foregone conclusion. Everybody knew what was going on. These guys knew. Did nothing about it, though. November 19th, hearing. Judge Murray considers Robin's request to have the 80-acre property listed. November 21, because I failed to serve minors counsel, Cindy Campbell, she does not attend, and there is no hearing. Desperately trying to get a hearing to get my kids back. All through that winter. November 27, I requested another hearing so that we can accomplish the court ordered psych evals and serve Robin and Cindy Campbell. December 4, Dr. McKellar emails me to say that he is able to schedule me for a psych eval after all. Dr. Reed McKellar. December 9, Dr. McKellar says he can schedule me for December 20th. December 11th, Dr. McKellar says he is mistaken and cannot schedule me for December 20. He offers me a date of January 16. Delay. I confirm this. Scott LaFine and Savannah come to my house and we do visitation there. Scott wants to encourage a transition to us living together again as a family. Robin does not bring Jackson. December 12th, I offer Deputy Mark Potts vital pieces of evidence that I did not previously offer to Deputy Oliver and ask if he is willing to investigate allegations of felony conspiracy between Cynthia Angel and Robin. Further evidence of abuse of office and perjury are offered. He says he will look into it. I'm going to have to tip my hat to Mark Potts for also being a stand-up hero in this story. Being fair and honorable and reasonable and understanding what's going on and having some backbone. December 17th, Robin texts me to invite me to the concert that evening at Weaverville Elementary School. Both of our children are performing. She tells me that there is a once-in-a-lifetime chance and I wouldn't want you to miss it. She says she has spoken with the principal and that she will not enforce the restraining order. She later texts to ask if I could videotape it for her mother to see. December 19th, hearing. Former attorney and now very excellent friend David Prine attends. Cindy Campbell attends. And despite expectations otherwise, Cindy definitely advocates to Judge Murray that, given that conditions for the restraining order are unfounded, since felony charges were dismissed, and after speaking with the district attorney's office and reading Scott LaFine's very positive reports, that she is now advocating a termination of the order and restored custody of the children with their father. Robin immediately gets up and offers to the court a stack of papers. She tells the court that these are necessary criteria for counsel to represent minors, that Miss Campbell fails to satisfy them, and that she is therefore at risk of a malpractice suit if she continues to represent them. Cindy Campbell tells the court unambiguously, "I take this as a threat." She tells Judge Murray that she has limited family law experience, was appointed to this case in absentia, and would now like to be removed from the case rather than endure the threat from Robin of civil litigation. Judge Murray says he is not inclined to change the order at this time, and that he would like to have a day of evidentiary hearings to decide all issues. This is scheduled for February 6th. December 20th, next day. I sent an email to Dr. McKellar describing what took place in court the day before and inviting him to speak with Miss Campbell directly. Dr. McKellar sends me email later that day saying, quote, "I just reviewed your email and I received one from Robin as well. It has come to my attention that I have a conflict with your case and will not be able to complete your evaluation." Yay, Dr. McKellar. December 27. Sheriff's Deputy Mark Potts calls me to inform me that he has been asked by his superiors to discontinue his investigation in my case. December 30. Marilyn Woolley calls me back and informs me that she can do our psych evals, but she needs a court order to do so. January 14, 2014, I file a request with the court that the court order Dr. Marilyn Woolley to do psych evals, and that Dr. McKellar has excused himself. Now that Dr. McKellar has excused himself. I am aware that Robin is seeking to delay our hearing from February until potentially, at the soonest, May. I asked the court to hold the hearing despite Dr. McKellar's games and detail my honest and good faith attempts to obey the court order and get my psych eval done. I later, that day, run into Deputy DA Eric Harriford at Tops Supermarket. I ask him if he is willing to accept a subpoena so he can tell the court the reasons for his confidence in dismissing felony charges against me, and that he told me on the phone that he is concerned that Robin is abusing her office. He adds that he does not find Robin credible and that he would be happy to offer testimony in my case. January 6. Trinity County Sheriff Bruce Haney offers me 90 minutes of his time in his office. He is friendly, and we joke with each other about the insanity of what has been going on for so many years. He says that Robin and I must settle the issues between us. He is genuinely shocked when I tell him I was arrested and booked into jail based solely on Cynthia Angel's statement to Marshall Diaz, and that there was no investigation and no corroborating or supporting evidence. He is further disturbed to observe the evidence I offer him that Cynthia and Robin conspired to make false allegations against me. I tell him the DAs have the same evidence and are doing nothing about it. January 8, 2014. Scott visits with Savannah at my house to transition from his office visits, but Robin refuses to bring Jackson again. January 10, 2014, I phone Trinity County CPS to request records of complaints or investigations of me over the years. I speak with CPS Director Mario Angeloni, who tells me that there are certain members of the community, quote, such as those in county government, unquote, whose cases are noted sensitive in the computer. He tells me that Robin is among this unique class and that he would need his supervisor's permission to access any of these files. January 13, 2014, I meet with CAO Wendy Tyler and with Trinity County Counsel David Prentice for a second time. At this meeting, I offer signed declarations and present evidence that Robin and Cynthia conspired to make false allegations that landed me in jail and could have potentially put me in prison on felony conviction, allowing Robin to completely and finally sever my parental rights. David Prentice says he would not want to be in my shoes and that he finds and tells me he finds the evidence very compelling. January 15th, 2014, Scott and Savannah meet at my house. Robin keeps Jackson with her. January 17, I meet with Trinity Journal Editor-in-Chief, the Trinity Journal is a newspaper, Editor-in-Chief Wayne Agner, to present aforementioned evidence that I believe the community has a compelling interest to know. While meeting with him, I get a call from Savannah's therapist, Deborah Scheid. She is apologetic about not having been successful in trying to reach me up until now. She never tried. And we speak for 30 minutes. She tells me that she's going to write another report to the court, telling the court that Savannah reports only positively about her father, that the 90-minute phone calls are not too long, and that she loves and misses her dad. That is all that I have here in this document. I have more. I think there's an extended document. I don't know if I'm not going to put that on videotape again. This is a long process to do this. a lot that I didn't mention. This whole thing with Cynthia Angel, there's a lot more to it. Documents, I later sued her. I sued her in civil court. I was pro per. I don't have any money. I'm not going to be able to afford an attorney. At this point, I was working at Round Table Pizza, delivering pizzas for a couple hours a week, barely paying rent. Cynthia hired a team of attorneys from like LA or something, and they slammed me. It's called a slap. They slapped the case out of the court. I don't know how to present evidence. I don't know how to put on a case, but the judge dismissed the case from going any further. She then got a court order that I have to pay her attorney's fees, which is like $10,000 bill. She put that $10,000 bill at my feet as a barrier against any further encroachment of my accusations proceeding toward any just adjudication. So she makes these false allegations against me under threat from Robin, and then refuses any further cooperation with the DAs to pursue them, even though she describes that I threatened to wring Judge Johnson's neck, and you're next, and Robin's going to be harmed too. Then she refused cooperation, and then I sue her in court. She gets it slapped out of court, puts the $10,000 barrier against me, and hasn't made any claims on it. She hasn't tried to garnish my wages. She hasn't tried to pursue the $10,000 bill. I guess she ate it. Why would she do that? Right? There's a couple more documents that I don't want to share because they're the magic bullet documents in case I ever get either Cynthia or Robin under oath. There's a magic document that I can show absolutely beyond any question that at least one of these women is lying. It's felony perjury. So that's the story so far up until 2014. I didn't go any further. I finally got kids back. We did psych evals, did Marilyn Woolley. You can read the psych eval report where Dr. Woolley describes me as the better parent. Finally, Judge Murray saw the psych evals and ordered custody restored to me immediately. Robin stood up and objected, said, well, we got a vacation plan for next week, so we'd have to wait for another 2 weeks to resume custody. So middle May 14th or something, finally got to see my kids without supervision, got my kids back. We went to the park, spent a couple hours, we went and got pizza, and we resumed our lives. But by that point, it was a year, where we saw each other a week in the therapist's office. Obviously, the first 9 weeks was a total blackout. And I believe both children suffered, particularly Savannah. And I believe that's to this day, right to this day, that Savannah is suffering post-traumatic stress disorder from those events. Her primary caregiving father, whom she had seen every day and relied on every day of her whole life, suddenly has abandoned her, absent, removed, complete blackout. There's a lot more to the story. I need to end the videotape here because I don't want to ramble in different directions. This is very structured. But I'm happy to present any of the evidence, the supporting, corroborating evidence that further tells the tale more precisely. So that's it for now. Thank you for listening, and that's all I have to say for now. Feel free to leave any comments that this is a YouTube video by this point. And get in touch with me. I stand behind every single word of this as true. I say that this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So I'm willing to stand up in court and corroborate or describe any of this any further. It's all true. You can see the patterns. I'll leave it to you to understand what's going on and to be horrified by it. That's it. Bye-bye.